Here we are in a clinic in Tijuana, Mexico, and I have the great honor to present Dr. Stewart. Okay, buddy, what part of the world did you come from?
I came from Asheville, North Carolina.
You guys have a bit of bad weather lately.
We had a big storm, yes.
Yeah. Now what brought you out here?
Well, I've been in practice for almost 40 years, and I've known about you for at least 10 of those. And we had a hurricane in September, and we've had a lot of toxic things in our environment. And my wife actually has some issues that I've just got to the point where I couldn't help her with anymore. So I thought I'd turn to the master, and we dropped everything. We flew out here on Monday.
Okay, I got to tell you, this is like Babe Ruth coming in and give me batting lessons. Okay, I mean, I've known Dr. Stewart for about 10 years, and the respect and honor, and he's one of the finest doctors in the country. To have him come out is just like, oh my God, thanks.
Well, no, thank you.
And so now you've been here for a few days, and what kind of experiences have you had? Because a lot of people, when you're confronted with a health crisis, they just say, to heck with it, I'm going to do whatever the medical doctor says.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, yeah, thanks for asking. It came in, it's refreshing. For 40 years, I've been preaching the power of the body that made the body can heal the body, et cetera, et cetera. And oftentimes you're never a legend in your own house. And I came here and with my wife, and many of the things that worked so good years ago in my office, I quit doing. All the testing that you do, I really quit doing. I'm not sure why, but I can tell you we're going to get back to it because it opens up a whole insight into how your nervous system is working or not working, how you're relating to your environment or not. And along with the holistic things available here, we've been going nonstop with IVs and different detoxing things, and already today we re-looked at my wife's blood and it's already better, and we've been here for 3 days. Granted, we put about 3 weeks of care in 3 days, but it's been great. Yeah.
That's the cool stuff, to have something you can measure. Okay, to figure all the IVs in the world, they only do two things: either detox or get the nutrients. Are they working? Most people just pull the recommendations right out of it. Well, okay. And this way, to actually see it, to do a live blood cell analysis and see changes in it within 3 days is amazing. And I love that a legend's never recognized at home. I heard a prophet's never recognized at home. Yeah, honest to God, man, it has been an honor. Okay, having you come out, and it's just been so much fun for me. But there's people that are stuck in a medical system that are given a chronic disease diagnosis, whatever it is, and then you have to submit to cut, burn, and poison or different therapies that are ridiculous, that nothing addresses the cause. You don't choose that, but I mean, you've been a chiropractor, working with Life Force for 40 years. What could you tell someone that may be confronted with those horrors of choosing to, cut, burn, and poison, or allowing the body to regenerate?
It can be tough. Oftentimes, especially in the first part of my career, we were absolutely the last stop for patients. They had already done all those things, and had so much damage done to the body that it was a miracle that you could almost help them at all. I mean, it's never too late. But I think times have changed. I think more and more people now are becoming more aware that maybe that way is not the greatest way. In America, we spend the most money per capita on patients, and we're about 40th on the list of longevity and health. So the return on the investment's not great, and I think people are starting to realize that and starting to be more open to the message that, hey, there are only 3 things that affect the body: mental trauma, physical trauma, and chemical trauma. So, and oftentimes it's all 3 of those things that a person suffers from. So if you can see that and quantify it like you do, and the education, I think, is pretty easy now for most people. But I would say, no matter where you're at on the health spectrum, like I say in my office, the only thing we don't treat is rigor mortis. So it's never too late. Come in. We can always work work with what we still have. You know?
That is the truth. And that's super well said, because we do not treat disease. Disease is the body adapting to, I like the way you put it, physical trauma, emotional trauma, chemical trauma. We call it physical, chemical, and emotional stress. To address the body's adaptation to that stress is foolishness. But that's brought us to the sickest industrialized nation of the world. You address the underlying physical, chemical, emotional stress, and you have an objective, an object that you can measure and show the damage in that and show the tissue repair. That's cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
Okay. God bless you, brother.
Well, God bless you.
I'm so honored. Oh my God. I'm so glad. Yeah. When somebody you respect and love comes out and you get a chance to show them all your cool stuff, that was bitching. God bless you, man.